What if I told you that, like, literally everything you're currently doing to be happy is scientifically guaranteed to make you miserable?
Wait, what? Everything? Like, even eating a burrito?
Well, maybe not the burrito, but yeah, pretty much everything else. Welcome to English Pod Center, guys. I'm Luna.
And I'm Lucas, and I am highly offended by that opening statement, frankly.
I know, but it's true. We are constantly chasing these monumental milestones, right? The promotion, the bigger house,
The Ferrari.
Right, the Ferrari. And we think once I get that, I've made it. I'll be permanently blissful.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of capitalism, isn't it?
Exactly. But psychologists call this the arrival fallacy.
Arrival fallacy. Sounds like a terribly depressing airport lounge.
It really does. No, it's this cognitive illusion where we expect a goal's achievement to bring enduring happiness.
Enduring? So you're saying the happiness just evaporates?
Poof, gone. It's like, okay, imagine your brain is a completely ungrateful, grumpy waiter.
Okay, tracking.
You hand him a $20 tip, right? The promotion. He smiles for exactly 3 seconds, pockets it, and then instantly glares at you like, where's the next 20?
Oh, wow. Geez. That's actually remarkably accurate for how my brain operates.
Right? It's a phenomenon known as hedonic adaptation, or the hedonic treadmill.
Hedonic treadmill? That sounds exhausting. Like running just to stay in the exact same emotional spot?
You nailed it. That's literally the definition. Evolutionarily speaking, if our ancestors caught a mammoth and just sat around feeling permanently ecstatic,
They'd get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger while they were busy celebrating.
exactly, they'd be wiped out. So our brains evolved to normalize positive changes almost instantaneously. It keeps us striving, which is great for survival, but absolutely abysmal for our subjective well-being.
Wait, so you're telling me my brain is deliberately sabotaging my happiness just to make sure I don't get eaten?
I mean, kinda, yeah.
That's completely unfair. There aren't any saber-toothed tigers anymore, Luna.
Tell your amygdala that, Lucas. It hasn't received the memo.
So we're just doomed? Like, is the science of happiness just the science of perpetual disappointment?
No. That's the problem most people face. But the insight is that we can actually hack the system.
Hack the ungrateful waiter?
Yes, we can bypass the treadmill entirely by shifting our focus from circumstantial changes to intentional activities.
Circumstantial? Wait, give me an example. What's a circumstantial change?
Okay, so buying a new car, winning the lottery, moving to Hawaii.
I would be thrilled if I moved to Hawaii.
For about 6 months. Seriously, studies on lottery winners, like massive jackpot winners, show that a year later, they return to their baseline level of happiness.
Shut up. No way.
Some even end up significantly less happy because mundane pleasures, like, reading a book or eating a decent meal,
Or eating that burrito.
yes, the burrito, those small things lose their appeal compared to the high of winning millions.
Oh, wow. Contrast effect. That makes sense.
Precisely. So if circumstances only account for, say, roughly 10% of our long-term happiness variance,
Wait, only 10%?
just 10%.
I spend like 90% of my time trying to change my circumstances.
We all do. It's an astronomical misallocation of our cognitive resources.
Geez. Okay, so if it's not circumstances, what's the rest? Genetics?
Bingo. About 50% is your genetic set point.
So half of it is just whether my parents were miserable. Fantastic.
Basically, yes. But that leaves 40%. 40% is entirely dictated by intentional activity.
Intentional activity, meaning what? Like forcing myself to smile in the mirror like a psychopath?
No. Well, I mean, facial feedback hypothesis is a real thing. But no, I'm talking about cultivation practices, gratitude, flow states, deep social connections.
Flow states. Oh, like when you're so absorbed in something you forget to eat?
Exactly. It's when your skill level perfectly matches the challenge of the task.
Oh, like playing video games.
Well, yes and no. Passive consumption doesn't quite work as well as active engagement.
So I can't just binge Netflix to find enlightenment. Got it.
Unfortunately not. But think about this. The happiness you get from buying a sweater,
diminishes every time you wear it.
True, it gets a stain, it shrinks.
But the happiness you get from a meaningful conversation or mastering a difficult chord on the guitar, that actually compounds over time.
Oh, that's fascinating. It's like an investment versus a depreciating asset.
Exactly, Lucas. Like, that is literally the perfect analogy.
Right? I mean, I try.
So this brings us to this massive, kind of depressing psychological concept called hedonic adaptation, or, the hedonic treadmill.
Hedonic treadmill. That sounds like, I don't know, a really miserable piece of gym equipment.
Right? Or like a treadmill where you just chase a donut that's dangling on a stick.
I would 100% buy that.
But essentially, it's the phenomenon where humans rapidly adapt to changes in their environment.
Wait, like getting used to cold water?
Yes, exactly, but emotionally. So say you get a massive promotion.
Oh man, I'd be ecstatic.
For a week, maybe a month, but then your brain just recalibrates. Wait, really? It just goes back to normal?
Yep. The new salary becomes your new baseline, and suddenly you're stressed about, upgrading your car to match your new status.
Oh my God, that is so true. I got a new phone last year, thought it would change my life, and now I'm just annoyed the battery dies at 20%.
Exactly. You're running on the treadmill, exerting all this effort to get happier, but staying in the exact same spot emotionally.
Jeez, that's bleak, Luna. So we're just doomed to never be satisfied?
Well, no, that's the beauty of the science. We can actually hack the treadmill
Hacking a treadmill. Okay, I'm listening. How?
by completely stepping off it through intentional cognitive practices, like gratitude journaling.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
What? You don't like gratitude?
No, it sounds so cliche, right? Like, write down 3 things you're thankful for and poof, you're a Zen master.
Okay, I get the skepticism, Lucas. I really do. But neurologically speaking, it's not just fluffy self-help.
Prove it. What does it actually do to my brain?
All right, think of your brain as a dense forest.
Okay, lots of trees, maybe a bear. Got it.
Sure, a bear. Every time you have a negative thought, you walk down a specific trail.
And the more I walk it, the more clear the path gets.
Precisely. That's neuroplasticity. Neurons that fire together, wire together.
Right, I've heard that phrase. So complaining literally makes you better at complaining?
Yes, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways for dissatisfaction.
Whoa, I am an absolute bodybuilder of complaining.
We all are. Evolutionarily, we have a negativity bias. Noticing the tiger was more important for survival than noticing the pretty sunset.
Oh, because the sunset won't eat you.
Exactly. But today, there are no tigers, just traffic jams and passive-aggressive emails.
Same level of stress, honestly.
Right? So gratitude isn't just ignoring the bad stuff. It's taking a machete and forcing a new path through the forest.
Wait, so by writing down things I'm grateful for, I am bushwhacking a new neural pathway?
Yes, you are deliberately forcing your brain to scan the environment for positive stimuli.
Oh, now I get it. It's not about the journal itself, it's about training the scanning mechanism.
Boom, exactly. After a few weeks of this, your brain starts doing it automatically. That's wild. It's like updating the algorithm on my social media feed so it stops showing me doom and gloom news. Best analogy ever. Yes, you're rewriting your brain's algorithm.
Okay, but what if I'm having a genuinely terrible day? Like my dog threw up, I got fired, and I stepped in a puddle.
Then you don't force it. Toxic positivity is a real danger here.
Right, like pretending everything is fine while the house is on fire.
Exactly. Suppressing negative emotions actually increases your cortisol, your stress hormone.
So what's the alternative? Just wallow in the puddle?
You practice cognitive reappraisal.
Cognitive what?
Reappraisal. It's a fancy psychological term for reframing the narrative.
Give me an example. Let's use the puddle. I step in the puddle, my sock is wet, I am furious.
Okay, instead of saying, my day is ruined, I have the worst luck, you reappraise it.
I love wet socks. It's a new fashion trend.
No, that's delusional. You say, this is incredibly uncomfortable, but it's just a wet sock, and I'll be home in 10 minutes.
Oh, so you acknowledge the suck, but you cap the spiral.
You cap the spiral. Lucas, you're on fire today with the phrasing.
I try, Luna, I try. But wait, how does this actually raise my long-term happiness baseline?
Because it prevents minor inconveniences from turning into systemic emotional drains. But hey, before we dive deeper into hacking the baseline, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure to follow the English Pod Center.
Yes, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Now, back to those compounding investments we talked about earlier.
Right. So, compounding investments, it fundamentally comes down to neuroplasticity.
Ooh, big word. We're breaking out the polysyllabic arsenal now.
I know. But it's literally just your brain's ability to physically rewire itself based on experience.
Okay, so if I practice reappraisal, the wet sock thing, my brain actually changes its physical structure?
Exactly. Have you ever heard of Hebb's Law?
Heb sounds like wait, isn't that the fire together, wire together thing?
Yes. Neurons that fire together wire together. It's ostensibly the foundational principle of learning.
So every time I deliberately don't freak out over a puddle,
You're paving a new neural pathway. Think of your brain like an incredibly dense, overgrown forest, right?
oh boy, here come the Luna analogies. I'm ready, hit me.
Shut up, it works. Your default negative reaction is like a superhighway. It's paved, it's lit. You can drive 100 miles an hour down it without even thinking.
Mm-hmm. Like getting instant road rage when someone cuts me off in traffic. It's visceral and automatic.
Precisely. But this new positive response, reappraisal, that's like trying to hack your way through the dense underbrush with a butter knife.
A butter knife? Not even a machete?
No, because it's hard. It feels deeply unnatural. The first time you try to reframe a bad situation, you're literally forcing an electrical impulse down an unestablished route.
Okay, that makes sense. It's cognitively exhausting at first.
Right, but if you walk that exact path every single day, eventually you trample the weeds.
You pack down the dirt.
Exactly. It becomes a trail, then a dirt road, and eventually it becomes the new superhighway.
Wow. Well, the old negative superhighway, what happens to that?
It degrades. The brain is incredibly metabolically expensive to run, right? So it ruthlessly prunes connections you don't use.
Wait, really? It just deletes the road?
Synaptic pruning, baby. If you consistently stop driving down the woe is me highway, the forest reclaims it.
That is actually profoundly optimistic. I mean, it takes time, obviously.
Oh, a ton of time. It's a longitudinal process, which is why you desperately need to couple it with external compounding investments.
Okay, external, like buying a much nicer car so I don't get cut off in the first place?
Lucas, no. Have you learned absolutely nothing? Hedonic treadmill.
I'm kidding. I'm just testing you. So what is the optimal external investment?
Look, if you want the ultimate, empirically validated happiness hack, it's relationships.
Relationships, like romantic? Because my dating life is essentially a statistical anomaly of failure.
No, not exclusively romantic. Although, my deepest condolences. I'm talking about the Harvard study of adult development.
Oh, I've actually read about this. It's like the longest psychological study ever conducted in human history, right?
Over 80 years, they tracked the exact same cohort of men and eventually integrated their spouses and children from 1938 to today.
That's insane dedication. And the number one predictor of a happy, healthy life wasn't wealth or low cholesterol levels?
Nope. It was the quality of their social relationships.
The quality. See, that's the kicker, not the quantity. Having 1,000 ephemeral Instagram followers doesn't count?
Literally the exact opposite. Superficial connections can actually exacerbate feelings of deep isolation.
Right, because you're perpetually surrounded by people but profoundly known by absolutely no one.
Boom. Nailed it. It's fundamentally about having people you can unequivocally rely on during times of acute distress.
So having a 3 a.m. friend.
Yes, exactly. The 3 a.m. friend metric. If things go completely sideways, who can you call without a second of hesitation?
I'd totally call you Luna, but you sleep like a rock, so it invariably goes straight to voicemail.
True. I am dead to the world. Put it in an email. I'll process your trauma by 9 a.m. with my coffee. I promise.
How generous of you. But wait, what if someone is listening right now and they're genuinely like, I don't have a 3 a.m. friend?
That's completely valid. And it's actually an epidemic right now. Loneliness is a massive systemic crisis.
Right. The Surgeon General literally put out an official advisory on it recently.
Exactly. But you don't start by trying to fabricate a deep, profound bond overnight. You start with social snacking.
Social snacking? Is that like eating Doritos at a crowded party while actively avoiding eye contact?
No, Lucas. Social snacking is engaging in micro interactions. A 2-minute chat with a barista, complimenting a stranger's coat on the subway.
Oh, okay. So ephemeral moments of genuine human connection.
Yes, these tiny granular interactions release small but crucial bursts of oxytocin. They remind your nervous system that the world is a safe, communal space.
That's actually so manageable. It doesn't require immense vulnerability, just baseline humanity.
Precisely. So here's a highly actionable practice for everyone listening right now.
Ooh, homework time. Let's get it.
But it's fun homework. Today, I want you to send one out-of-the-blue text message to a weak tie.
A weak tie, like an old coworker or a relatively distant cousin?
Yeah, exactly. Just say, hey, saw something that reminded me of you today. Genuinely hope you're doing well. No strings attached, no expectation of a long conversation.
I absolutely love that. It takes maybe 10 seconds, but the psychological ROI is massive for both people.
It really is. And for our engagement challenge, drop a comment below and tell us about a total stranger who unexpectedly made your day better recently.
Oh, I've got a fantastic story about a bus driver for that. But wait, how does all of this neuroplasticity stuff tie back into the dopamine versus serotonin debate we started with?
Right. Okay, so brilliantly spotted, Lucas. Because neuroplasticity is essentially the physiological bridge between those two paradigms.
Wait, how? Like physically mapping it in the brain?
Yeah. So dopamine, as we established earlier, is that rapid-fire, highly volatile neurotransmitter. It's the I want more molecule, right?
The hedonic treadmill juice.
Exactly, the hedonic treadmill juice. But serotonin and oxytocin, the connection neurochemicals, those require like sustained structural pathways to maintain a steady baseline.
Oh, so every time you text that weak tie or, I don't know, have a quick chat with the barista?
You're quite literally fortifying the neural architecture for serotonin. You're widening the highway.
I see. So it's not just a momentary blip of feeling good. It actually changes the landscape.
Precisely. Dopamine is a fireworks display. Spectacular, but it fades in seconds and leaves you in the dark.
And you're just standing there smelling like sulfur, waiting for the next explosion.
Yes, exactly. But doing these small, deliberate connection exercises, that's installing solar panels.
Installing solar panels. Wait, I love that because it provides ambient, consistent energy over time.
Yes, it creates a sustainable emotional grid. Neuroplasticity is the act of, manually wiring those solar panels into your brain's default operating system.
That is such a vivid analogy, Luna. So happiness isn't the fireworks, it's the solar grid.
It is, which radically redefines how we should be pursuing it. We're biologically predisposed to chase the fireworks because they're loud and shiny.
Because of evolution, right? The whole survival mechanism and resource acquisition thing we talked about earlier.
Exactly. The negativity bias and the relentless drive to acquire resources kept our ancestors alive. But in modern society, that just leaves us chronically dissatisfied.
Man, that's heavy, but incredibly liberating. Because it means I don't need a massive promotion to be happy.
You really don't. You just need to incrementally optimize your neurochemistry through like hypermundane habits.
Okay, wait, I promised my bus driver story, and it perfectly illustrates this hypermundane thing.
Oh, please, yes, let's hear the bus driver saga.
So yesterday, pouring rain, right? I'm miserable, trudging onto this bus, completely drenched and just in a foul mood.
Classic, just quintessential urban misery.
Right, and I tap my transit card, and the driver, this older guy with this magnificent sweeping mustache, just looks at me and goes, "You're the protagonist today, my friend. Storms always happen to the hero."
No way. That is unbelievably cinematic.
I swear, and I just burst out laughing, and literally instantly my entire physiological state shifted.
Right. Your cortisol levels instantly plummeted.
They totally did. I went from feeling like a wet, pathetic rat to feeling like, I don't know, Batman.
Wet rat to Batman in 5 seconds. That is the sheer power of microconnections.
But here's the crazy thing. That wasn't a deep, existential, hours-long conversation.
No, it was a momentary disruption of your default neural pathway. He gave you an unexpected microdose of oxytocin.
Which, going back to what you said, essentially signaled to my brain that the world is a safe place.
Yes, the mustache man proved that your environment is inherently collaborative and warm, not fundamentally hostile.
Mustache Man is my new therapist, honestly.
We all desperately need a mustache man. But seriously, Lucas, that anecdote perfectly encapsulates the science we've been unpacking.
It really does. It's not about hacking your brain with some elaborate biotech. It's just being genuinely present with other humans.
Exactly. Happiness is not a final destination you arrive at after you finally get the right job or buy the right house.
The fireworks.
The fireworks, exactly. It's a continuous, deliberate practice of maintaining your solar panels.
I am never, ever going to forget that analogy. So for everyone listening, your actionable homework is the weak tie text.
Yes, send that message today. Literally pause this podcast. Well, actually, wait until we finish, but then send it.
Yeah, don't pause this yet. The algorithm hates that. But seriously, drop a comment with your own mustache man story.
We genuinely want to read all of them. Who unexpectedly shifted your neurochemistry for the better this week?
I'll be reading every single one down there. I need more wholesome content to build up my own serotonin pathways.
Selfishly farming our comment section for oxytocin. I love it.
You know it. But wow, Luna, this has been an incredibly enlightening deep dive into a topic we all think we understand, but totally don't.
It's been fantastic, Lucas. The science of happiness is just so profoundly misunderstood in pop culture, you know?
Completely. I walked into this studio thinking we'd be talking about, like, manifesting and toxic positivity affirmations.
Ugh, absolutely not. We deal in empirical neuroscience here.
The rigorous stuff. Tangible, actionable brain science that actually holds up.
Exactly. So just remember, fortify those baseline neurotransmitters. Do the mundane structural work.
And stop endlessly chasing the dopamine fireworks every single day.
Preach.
All right, guys, if you found this episode genuinely helpful, or if it just made your commute slightly less terrible,
Be a good weak tie and share it with someone who might need a boost.
Exactly. Send it to a friend. And make absolutely sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything we do here at the English Pod Center.
Yes, subscribe to the English Pod Center for more advanced deep dives into the science that actually governs our lives.
We're here every single week, breaking down the massive complexities of life into actionable, bite-sized insights.
Until next time, keep building that solar grid, everybody.
Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.